I believe in calling folks out because you have a lot of people who are participants in a lot of the same things that they're demonizing, and that they are weaponizing, and trying to use against people. And I knew before we got stopped, I was talking about, the cross-dresser. There was a cross-dressing mayor who killed himself due to these things being publicized, a white guy. But 9 times out of 10 is white Republican people who are drafting pieces of legislation who are participating in these same things. That's asinine, and it's immoral. And if you ask me, the stuff is criminal because a lot of the things that y'all have drafted policies against are a lot of times those things and what you participate in yourself.
You know
and
what?
So,
yeah, go ahead. Okay, no, because what I was going to say is that's what I was telling under Laverne Cox. Get it? They're mad at the Laverne Coxes. They're mad at the T.S. Madisons. They're mad at the Hope Giselles. They're mad at the Sydney Stars. They're mad at the Shauna Brooks. And there's so many more. Jamie Parrish. Like they're mad at these women because these women are not at the beck and call of these politicians and private citizens to make a living. They're mad at the Jaguar Evermores. Like that. That's why I asked you about that because that matters. Like, they're angry because if all of these people, transsexuals and transgender individuals and transvestites, can legitimize themselves and, like we talked about earlier, know themselves, know their worth, then we no longer have to wait for their dollar.
I tell people all the time, when you know your worth, nobody can depreciate your value. When you know your worth, nobody can appreciate your value. I don't care. If you are the last loaf of bread on the shelf, somebody wants it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean everybody should have it. Okay. And so when you know who you are, when you know whose you are, when you understand that you are beautiful, not for anything you've done, but simply being who you are, you move further with a greater strength. And one thing that you said that I want to highlight is that these people have legitimized themselves. See, we weren't considered human, all right? We're still not considered human to this day. And folk are still trying to understand how we're able to move up a ladder that they have set for us to turn into a slippery slope. At the end of the day, these beautiful Black trans women are doing the thing. And I am so grateful for the sacrifice. I'm grateful for the intentionality. I'm grateful for the perseverance. I'm grateful for the persistence of the daughters of Sylvia Riviera, of the daughters of Marsha Penn Johnson, of the daughters of Street Transvestites Action Revolutionaries, or STAR. Okay, I'm grateful to all the participants of Christopher Street that has allotted people on today to not necessarily just up and come and be themselves, but to fight through some of the damning times of life so that they can ultimately be themselves. I give my greatest sense of kudos and greatest sense of gratitude for the roads that were paved so that this person who identifies as a member of the LGBT plus community is able to walk and not just survive, but thrive.